Basement Sam.
Shout out Sam. Good man. Hard worker, man.
Yep.
That's the thing about the
now.
hard
Fuck with that name. Too.
All right, yeah.
Basement Sam.
Yes, sir. Basement Sam in the cut. Attic and friends in the other cut.
we operate on a 2-cut system.
Exactly.
I've seen.
But yeah, we're back. We're back. Kase Cobain in the building. Yes, sir. All right,
Thank you, Natalie, for editing this.
What were we discussing?
I think background.
I think we're still in early life.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask you this. So, besides, and I know it was probably a significant part. Besides, like, okay, my father being a singer, how did your environment affect your music?
Also, what was your dad's name?
George Edwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Never made a.
It's a very R&B name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, and he what's crazy is he never really he built studios. And they would record church albums. Our church was so big that like we would have a church in every city and country.
Damn.
Yeah.
Come to your city and set up shop.
Pretty much. Yeah. He built the studio in New Jersey. Fire. Like built it with his hands. It was crazy. I was like, yeah, this whole time you see me setting up a studio, you're not helping me out. Come on, bro.
Like shit.
But
there's homework that needs to be done, bro.
Yeah, but he liked the fact that I was doing it on my own, so that was one thing. But yeah, man. So my environment, man. So me and Kase came up together. Like he can attest to this, but it was a lot of I would say it was a mixture of good and bad. You know what I'm saying? So you got your blend. Like you could. Chill.
Of course.
But then you can fucking night frolic. You know what I'm saying?
Night frolic, yeah.
Just go on a tangent.
That's gonna be the name of the pod. That's gonna be the name of the episode.
Until we get something better. It's
be
I love that.
Night frolic, son.
Yeah, man. So and me, I was very good. Like I had interpersonal skills. So like I really hung out with everybody. You know what I mean? But more so,
it's funny. We're the exact opposite.
Like the people I used to hang out with was in the city. A lot of them. I knew city, I knew Baltimore niggas, like, feel me? So those were my guys.
You knew Mo's, dummies.
You know what I'm saying?
Brothers. Good men.
PG, good men.
Bad men.
Yeah.
Bodman.
You feel me? So like all of these guys had some role to play with, who I am today, you know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, like stepping into high school,
that's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, facts. Like I was, like to be honest, when I went to high school, bro, because I went to private school my whole life up until high school. Feel me? When I went to high school, my shit was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Who are these scoundrels?
Like who? Wow. I'm like, yo,
they're
like
dirty.
I went insane because I didn't really know.
You went to private school.
Yeah, bro, I went to private school.
Where'd you go to private school at?
Man, nobody knows this fucking school. It was an extension school from my church.
Was it a fake school?
It was like
it wasn't the realest.
You ever seen like homeschooling? It was like homeschooling, but like a mass homeschool.
But like a church homeschool.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? So everybody who didn't want to fucking pay,
was it like a Montessori school?
They would come here, huh?
Was it like a Montessori school?
Kind of like a charter school.
Kind of like a charter.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I get you.
But they were able. They would discipline us. You know what I'm saying? So they would like fucking.
So it wasn't like Zoe 101.
Yeah, sure. No. I wish it was like Zoe 101. You would have been crazy in there.
I kind of thought school was gonna be like that.
That was the richest fucking school of all time. They're just giving out mopeds.
And it would be, and the school would be located in the hood of hoods. Like it would be crazy bad around there. Gunshots. Yeah. Like I remember one time. I was 12. Me and my boy David, we in the schoolyard, just raking leaves, whatever. Like we had to do shit like that, and we just chilling. I'm dumping the leaves in the trash bin and whatever, and we hear like semi-automatics going off.
Goddamn.
Thinking it's fire. I'm like, oh, it's fireworks.
Like, ooh.
I see my boy, he gets low, and I'm like, yo. And then I see the teacher come out. She's like, get the fuck down. Everybody get down. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Why'd she curse?
I'm talking about like I'm seeing like car windows shatter right next to me. So the bullets are flying, and I'm not realizing
and like
what's going on. You feel
it doesn't
me?
compute yet. Nah. You're just like, oh wait.
I just see her and I start to react. So I'm just like, I'm getting low and we ducking behind cars and all this shit. Yeah. I'm like, bro,
when the adult starts freaking out, then you know what I'm saying, it's like,
we not safe.
The Christian
we're not safe.
freaking out.
I'm gonna just say that. You know,
like, I'm out of here. Y'all
she was like, you know what? Forget this. Nah, you know, she really made sure that we were safe.
Yeah, shout out her.
Shout out her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she the reason you still here.
Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? She took buck because we was the only ones outside. Imagine that. You feel me? She came out knowing that she gave us a task to do. She was like, "Oh shit! Like there's gunshots out here."
I forgot about them niggas.
Yeah, right, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like
they were just being loud. They don't deserve to die.
Yeah, and it was kind of like a discipline, but it was kind of like that's why we were doing the work. But yeah, man, that shit happened, and yeah, it kind of molds you at that point. It's kind of all right, well, you know, I can't forget about that.
Yeah, any kind of non-traditional upbringing, you know what I'm saying, will mold you a little bit.
Yeah,
different. You know
I don't think does a traditional upbringing exist anymore. Like I don't think that, you know what I mean. Like even if you grew up and you
not raking leaves at school and getting shot at.
Yeah, facts.
That's pretty non-traditional.
That's the thing though. Even
in my book, I don't know where y'all are from,
but that's the thing. Even
I went to Strawberry Knoll Elementary School, sir.
Even if you like let's say you were just super rich, ultra private school, gated community. Well, all you're gonna have is like
the dream,
like the rich people drug problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? All the dysfunction that goes up at them levels. Like,
I wish
what really even would be traditional anymore?
Right. Yeah.
Again.
I think it's like modern now. You know what I'm saying? We don't have.
Yeah, getting shot at school. Yeah, you are right about that.
Yeah, facts.
Hell, Kase has a full thing of scissors right there. Not even babysit. He's ready to go.
I like the preparation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is wild.
The preparation is dope.
Like,
niggas getting shot in the local high schools. It's getting rough out here.
Yeah, it is.
Middle schools. I heard about like a 14-year-old the other day who like in Germantown popped like some 20-year-old.
Oh, I heard about
nigga
that
got
shit.
shot at
Yeah.
Magruder. Nigga got shot at Magruder and shit.
Oh, that's the one I heard. I heard about Magruder shooting.
But this was something different.
Germantown, yeah, this shit
Damn.
was wild, bro.
Damn,
he popped a 20-year-old.
Yeah, they was arguing about some like basically his mans was fighting some older dude over some girl or something like that. He was losing.
His girl.
He was losing and told his man, yo, pop him. Man, little man went in his backpack, grabbed a gun, shot the nigga real quick.
Not the jit, son.
Bro, I was like, he a shooter.
Yeah, he a shooter at a young age.
For the rest of his life, he's a shooter. That's who he is now,
14, bro. Like,
it's over.
That shit ridiculous. You don't even understand the concept.
That's the thing, bro.
I would say get that boy a trade, but sound like you already got one.
I'm saying,
fact,
shit.
bro.
Get that boy in the army, bro.
Man, he already got a body on his
Get that boy in the militia.
Shit, crazy.
Let's train him for the nation.
To be honest, they train them that young, anyways, in different countries.
Oh yeah, child soldiers. Child soldiers are wild.
That's a thing, a legit thing. I'm like, crazy, bro. You see these dudes just training for what? To die?
Defend their land.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know. But anyway, bro. So how did you and Kase get linked up, bro? You know what I'm saying? You said you like grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Just like
like we came up together. So how I met Kase was at the time, you know, this is when I was taking my artistry kind of like into my own hands, got the studio, all that stuff in the crib. We both had a mutual friend. She was managing me at the time. Yes.
Mutual friend.
Yep. I'm not gonna do too many shout outs today.
Like
but, hey, she was managing me.
She know who she is.
Yeah, but she know who she is. Shout out to you. She's listening. Shout out to you. Congratulations to you, by the way.
She created this.
Yeah, facts. She knew us both, and at the time I think I was starting my show at the.
He had just dropped like his first project.
Yeah.
I'll get closer to the mic, Kase.
He dropped a project like back in the day. Then he had dropped a project back in the day. So he was having like a listening party for the joint at like the
if y'all want a listening party,
like
we
a
offer
hard rock cafe or some shit like that in Germantown.
Hard Rock.
At the Hard Rock, son?
Yeah,
that's hard. No, that's hard.
And
I fuck with that.
Shorty had invited me, and I slid through. I was like, you know what's good? Let me pull up because I had heard of him for real at that point, and I heard he sung and everything. I had a song I was working on at that point, needed a singer on my track and everything. So I definitely was like, let me pull up, meet him. Maybe, you know, we can connect, work, and everything like that.
Yeah, it was history. Like,
I want to say like maybe like a week or two later, we was in the studio and then we created our first track, Rubik's Cube. And that was like the first track we ever
that was
recorded together.
Fire track, actually. You know what I'm saying? And we've been tight ever since. You know what I'm saying? Like, we actually formed a rap group, 301. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's still intact today.
Yeah, 301 turned into None of a Kind.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
Okay, bet. Yeah.
It was me, Cooly, King. At that point, he was going by Freakazoid. Our boy, what's it called? Our boy Lamar Crushing, who lives out Arizona. Shout out Lamar.
Shout out
and
Lamar.
then, you know, now we got a couple additional members like Charlie Royal,
shout
Savara, you feel me? Chique.
Yeah.
Right. I want to hear more about like I think we talked about like the origin of Another Kind a little bit like on your joint case, but like like talk about like more like the origin of Another Kind because like it was another thing before that, like you're saying.
Yeah, 301.
Yeah. So at first, like when me and Cooly first linked up, we linked up kind of like he introduced me to Lamar Crushing, who I ended up and I already knew Freak like King. I already knew him. So we all just came together for real. And then at that point, I was really influenced by like TDE and ASAP Mob and just like
we all were.
all the collectives,
You know,
you know what I'm saying?
collectives and
Like
shit.
definitely, when they're bigger.
So I was
And
just really
better.
I was just really in the mindset. It was like I was only chilling with these niggas. Like these were the niggas that I was with. We was all making music together. I was like, bro, like nobody job kind of fucking with us. Our
Sharing
level, you
meals.
feel
I'm
me?
talking from the dollar menu.
Yeah, bro,
Hey,
like going
got
on,
to.
going on trips, going like state to state, just like partying, doing shit, like trying to get the music out there, doing shows at like College Park and shit. So then eventually, what's it called? None of a Kind though was something like a name and like an idea that I always had in my head. Like I was like, it's gonna be like I want this to be my label eventually. So like after a while, like me and Cooly, like we would even have like days back in the day, like because at one point when I went away to school and shit, Cooly was still here. Even Cooly had moved at a certain point. Cooly had moved to New York and shit.
Yeah,
Cooly,
I was in New York for a little bit. Boogie Down Bronx.
Yeah, Cooly had moved to New York. He had moved to New York for a little while. And I remember even being on the phone having conversations like, "Yo, we gonna get this None of a Kind shit off the ground, bro." Like
That's a fact.
Like we just want to start. Like we just want to start like something new for the culture. Like just something that's gonna be able to just touch people and have our stamp and just keep it going, bro. Because like when it comes to like rap, like fashion, like just anything with the culture, there's always something that like comes and like sets a new trend or like just keeps the culture going for what it like truly is. You get what I'm saying? Like niggas who are really like influenced by music culture. You feel me? Like shoot, like fashion, all that shit, bro. Like jiggy niggas stay getting like jiggy with their own. Just offer to like, you know, just in terms of like good music, good visuals, and just like quality content. And I always just felt like my team brought that, and like we gonna keep bringing that. And yeah, like so I feel like and we're all just kind of different in our own way too. You feel me? Like we don't really like we don't step on each other's toes. And I don't really feel like we sound like a lot of people like. And we're from the DMV. Like you know, there's a certain like flow in the DMV, like a certain like sound when you hear a DMV nigga.
Oh
rap.
yeah. You know,
So it's like-
cats from around here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I feel like
facts.
Definitely.
You hear a lot of that. You know what I mean?
I feel like, you
no
know,
doubt.
we stick out from that a little bit. But, you know, shout out to it, though. I love the DM. I love where we from and everything, too. But, you know, we just coming for our recognition. You feel me? Surrender Dorothy out now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, now it's time to like really let all that what do you call it? Like just
Pent up aggression.
the wave shit die, and now it's time for us to come in and show y'all like that real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it starts to get real repetitive. And what I see in the DMV is that like a lot of us, it's unique, the sound, but a lot of us ain't really serious on our movement. You feel me? And now that sound is being taken, and it's already mainstream.
Right.
But it's not DMV artists that have that stamp on it. And we consistently go through that. DMV artists need to be more unified, I feel, in that regard.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what?
And see-
Okay.
And that was also another reason, like, that I had started None of a Kind. Because I feel like there's always, like, a division. You feel me? Like, people always want to have, like, a division or, like, oh, yeah, like, or just be clicked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh,
we might,
yeah,
like, we
of
might
course,
have our
bro.
certain clique. We might have, like, niggas who like claim none of a kind, but bro, we are open to like work with niggas like creatives, like photographers, videographers, different musicians and shit like that. It don't gotta be no, bro. There's a lane for everybody out here, bro. It don't gotta be like, oh, and just because I'm shining, this nigga gonna take away from my shine. No, bro. Like you feel me?
Like not at all, bro. Because it's one of those things, bro. We're like in a, I guess, a environment where people are still sort of just like tribal in like the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? They're still just like, oh, bro, like these are me and my niggas. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do anything with y'all. Y'all are lame. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Where it could be just like a thing where it's like, you know, we're trading with other tribes. You know what I'm saying?
It's
and
I feel like that's not.
It's not popular around here, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like that's not what really helps the culture like build out here. Because you feel me? Like, you look at L.A., you look at Atlanta, you look at New York. Like, even rap group like collectives, like they fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll go fuck with each other. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, bet. You know what I'm saying? We got a show, pull up. We in the club, we partying, pull up. You get what I'm saying? All that other shit. It don't gotta be no beef or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I've been saying this for a long time that like, especially around the time we had our first interview, because that was 2020, right? Yeah.
It was 2020, 2021, one of the two.
It was like
the COVID,
either late 2020.
I'm gonna hold you. The COVID years and John blended.
As you cough into the mic,
off the blunt, COVID free, testing negative.
We used to say this all the time. This is actually the last pocket. We're all gonna die after this one. It's been a pleasure. I love you all. My name is AM. Because we had said for a while that even before and after that this is one of the more cohesive units that we've seen around here. And then we look 2 years later and we look around, we take stock of everything, and like everybody who moved as a unit in some way is like leaps and bounds ahead. Yeah. Everybody who kind of stuck to themselves, it's a toss up. Yeah. Some people, they got, like we got niggas we know they got, that we know they're nice. They're always going to have a little buzz. But then you got people that just fell off. There was no collaboration. There was no expansion. There was no, it wasn't dynamic. It wasn't like, all right. Like, I see something new from y'all pretty much every month. Yeah. There's multiple singles. There's a video. Somebody's album is dropping. A new piece of clothing. So, something of some sort.
Appreciate that.
I always see it. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, bro.
That's a fact. One thing I admire about this guy right here, Kase, is that he is so consistent in his effort to like reach the end goal. You know what I'm saying? It's very consistent, and he keeps everybody cohesively together. You know what I mean? I feel like seeing him take all of us, like, because we were all from different camps. You know what I'm saying? Like, essentially, but taking all these different people from all these different camps and now we're all one camp. Right. That's a feat in itself. Like, a lot of people can't fucking do that.
Nah, definitely,
you know what I'm saying? Bro. And, like, the fact of the matter is everybody has their own different type of sound, different aesthetic. We bring something to the table, every single one of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charlie might have his clothing line. You feel me? And I might have a documentary coming out. You feel me? And he might be dropping his single with a video. Yeah, it's already out actually. Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah,
I want to talk about that. What is that?
Surrender Dorothy, and then we'll get into that.
Yeah, but like seeing him do his thing and like bring us all together is kind of like, man, like it's like TDE, because we were all like infatuated with TDE and the cohesiveness of them, right, and their quality of sound. But it's like they were loyal to the soil. Feel me? Like. Top Dog, they were nothing. They were kind of like us. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then they grew into like who they are today. But it's kind of like seeing that type of loyalty and consistency makes you want to be loyal. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay down, loyal to the soil. Oh, yeah. So, man.
That's I always say, I said too, it was like, it was important that we got to see that at the time we got to see that. Because I imagine you'd like the same age as us. Right? How old are you?
27.
27?
Sorry, I had to pause.
But like, so we around the same age.
All you older cats seem so young, bro. I swear to God. Yeah. All artists have a youthful exuberance. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Forever young.
Forever young.
I say I look old. You know?
Hey man, 35 is the new 25.
I
Don't
guess.
let that go over your head. That's a fact. Nah, man, you
30's
see
the
a
new
lot
20,
of
nigga. I'm still hot, still.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Then I'm still like 18 then.
Yeah, man.
But like seeing that, like seeing all those camps kind of break through and seeing in what way they did it, like a whole generation of kids seeing that really sparked a lot of what we see now. And now the age of streaming is the wild, wild west. Anybody can get some money now.
That's a fact.
For real. Okay. There's artists I haven't even heard of. They out here running up bands off the streams and shit.
Yeah.
The people,
So I'm like,
my dream is, well, not my dream, but like some of the people I respect the most in this joint is like,
dream?
I'm not a naive boy like I once was. Nah, but some of the people I respect most in this is like some people I met in Atlanta where I go on your Instagram. It's like, okay, well, the 70K is sitting there. He's like, yeah, bro, I just got off tour last week. It's like, well, I've never heard of you. But he's like, yeah, bro, I live a good life doing this. I've seen the entire world. I pay every bill I got and then some. I take care of all my family and then some. And there's just, these people are everywhere in every city.
and that's what's important, bro. Like, that's honestly what's important. Like, niggas out here be so, like, worried about being famous, about being seen. Like, nah, bro. Like, if you doing what you love every day, you making bread off of it. You get what I'm saying? You paying your bills. You got a roof over your head and shit. And you're doing what you love to do every day. Like,
That's the
like,
that's
anything
the
else
point.
is just like, you know, I wouldn't say greed because you could always like keep going, but that's not some of them like bright lights and all that camera time, that shade room TMZ shit. Some of that shit ain't for everybody, bro. You feel me? Like,
It's not. That's the
it's
thing,
not
bro.
for
I swear,
everybody,
bro.
bro.
But like, yeah, this silly infatuation with like going outside of like your scene and stuff, going outside like your area and shit to go get this fame. It's just like, yeah, bro. Like you can just make a good living being around your niggas, and you know what I'm saying, staying like around where you grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like being around the DMV still.
Yeah, man.
You can make a good you can make a solid living, bro. And that should be the goal rather than just being like trying to get retarded rich.
I seen a
And
documentary.
owing people money.
I seen a documentary back in the day, and the first thing they're like the first few shots is just them showing you just like these normal looking motherfuckers, just like these dads in front of like just regular homes in various neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? It was white dudes, black dudes. You know what I'm saying? A few like ambiguous individuals, of course.
And the rest.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was like one or two Asian guys, and then it was like
good.
dressed as regular people, right?
Yeah.
Or dressed like regular people, and
The Asian
and they're
guys?
like, well, they had lab coats on, of course. But then the caption is like, hey, all of these people are rappers, and he was like, yeah, my name is such and such. I've been in the underground for this many years. I do this. I'm a professional rapper essentially. I tour and then I come home. I love my normal looking wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I take care of my kids. I live.
No,
Yeah.
Tech,
This was-
Tech Nine's like that.
But that's the
pretty
thing.
much.
This was before every streaming service. This is before you could just put out a track and if people fuck with it, the money comes in. This is before Instagram was like, Facebook didn't own Instagram at the time. All this advertising material wasn't there. All this marketing material wasn't there. This was then. This was like 2012.
I'm not too surprised about that, bro. Cause like, you gotta think about it. Even in like, you see this more so. I want to say in like rock music though.
Yeah.
Like there'll be like bands and shit that like they be touring. Like bands, they'll be touring. All this other shit. You might not have heard of them because they don't be on like the radio or certain shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
like they be touring, they be getting bread, they be like traveling the fucking, traveling the world. Like people in other like countries, states, they've heard of them. I used to work with this one dude at Music and Arts. He was part of this band called Dying Fetus from around the area or some shit like that. Yeah, Dying Fetus. And
they got themselves a new fan.
and they're popping, bro. Like they're popping like to like their extent. Like he's traveled. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He's done that, but
He still
you know
got a
what
job.
I'm saying? Yeah, but
he
you know
still
what I'm saying?
got his
But
9 to
he
5.
also works in music and arts. So I'm like, I mean, 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's also, like I said earlier, it's more so kind of.
There's a beauty to that,
Like
man.
what comes for you?
simplicity to it.
Yeah,
There's a beauty to that.
it's like what comes for you though. You feel me? Like
I know a band like that too. I was actually in a rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my neighborhood, I was, drumming.
You just mentioned two crazy things that we gotta get into. First, let's get back into like the documentary.
bro.
Like, what's the documentary
Yeah, tell 'em about
called?
the
What's
doc.
it about, please?
All right, so when people hear documentary, it's kind of like, oh, that's heavy. I just wanted to basically create a video vlog of the process and where I was at with the album. right? So I wanted to do like
not enough people do that.
Yeah,
I like that.
a lot of people. That. Yeah, because it's like I'm thinking outside the box. I'm like, what do I want to do for this album? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the marketing plans? And I'm just thinking like, how many artists do you know in your position would make a doc?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because you see these more professional cats do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they got like a whole crew with them.
They have a crew like, and they've been filming for years and this and the third. They putting out videos from the archive. Yeah, exactly. I don't have that luxury, so I have to create it, which is the fun part.
You just a nigga with a camera.
Yeah, you know facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like...
Which is all any filmmaker is.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But that, it allowed me to show and improve myself. You feel me? So it's like, I'm creating this out of like what I got. My name, my reputation, it is what it is.
That's all a man has.
That's a fact. If you look at the documentary, I got businesses behind me. You know what I'm saying? I got people that would let me drive foreign whips, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that.
Right.
I got a community that fucks with me genuinely. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Let's make that happen. Let's put that on screen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Let me show the process in its entirety, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like this is the in and out.
The village that helped raise me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I need their shout out.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like, let me pay homage to where I came from, and out. You know, in this process, let me like just give back to them, and they loved it. When they seen the camera, they were like, "Oh shit,
hell yeah!" There's like,
you know what I mean? It's just all this love, and it's like, "Oh yeah," like da da da. It's good because they don't ever get to do that. They don't ever get to see that. And I felt like, oh, you know what? There's a niche for me. Let me just go in there and just tell them what I'm gonna do essentially, and just do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it turned out great. We had you ever heard of slingshots with like the 3-wheel, you feel me? They kind of like
oh yeah, you know,
yeah. Nice foreign looking joints, like all different flavors just coming out the woodworks, rims. I'm talking about like old school caddies, shit like that. And I'm like,
old heads was out.
Old head was out. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about dudes with the bikers.
Showing love.
You know, just showing love. Showing love, bro. And I wanted that. I was like, you know what? This is the embodiment of what I'm trying to relay through this project. Because it took a while to get here.
Right.
I really hit the ground running, bro. No music. Not promoting myself as an artist, just doing the groundwork and touching hands, shaking hands and fucking like meeting people.
Do you kind of like see like, I guess like the marketing side of, I guess just making music and stuff like that. Do you kind of see it like as like a politician would see it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you're just like, oh, no, I get out there, I do the groundwork, shaking hands, kissing babies.
Yeah, pretty much.
I knocked on 1,000 doors.
Knocked on 1,000 doors, talked to 1,000 people.
I look at it as a game. It's a game. You play the game to the best of your abilities.
Hey,
if you're
you are the game.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. If you're good at it, you'll get good results. So that's just how I look at it. It's marketing is just like
that's
the music game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I haven't heard of somebody kind of comparing it to like politics, even though like that's pretty much all it is.
That's pretty much how they control us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. This
essentially the same.
Exactly, bro.
Message.
Yeah.
You get into the right crowd, you network, and you know what I'm saying. You get your message across to people who can get your message across to more people.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can, vice versa, and then it's the whole thing. It's politics.
Me doing that process really allowed me to see what hate really was. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Like close hand. Like people hated me.
Word, man.
You know, to this day they were like why he's the local guy. He's the, you know what I mean? He knows too many people, blah, blah, blah. Too many people know him. You know what that does to your personal life?
You get around.
Yeah, facts. Like women don't want to be around you, or they want to be around you too much, or it's like, you know what I mean? You can't.
It's like you're a social thought.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? But without trying to be. It's like it's in my natural nature. Like I know
natural
these people.
Thought.
So. Yeah,
natural thought is wild.
Natural thought. Born this way. You know what I'm saying? Like
woke up like this.
Facts. You know what I mean? Like it brings a detriment to like your personal life type shit. But
I can see that.
You know what I mean? But it's also like the game I signed up for. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like I can't really I got to make sacrifices here. Can't please everybody. I don't try to.
100%.
So, 100%. It is what it is. I get that respect when I come through these doors and shake these hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You don't gotta have everyone like you.
Yeah.
As long as they respect you.
as long as they respect me,
long
I'm
as
big
they
on
respect
respect, like Jay Prince say.
You know what I mean?
Very big on respect. I love respect because I give it. Give it.
And he'll hold some people hostage for it.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm good. I'm like respect and loyalty, my two things.
If Jay Prince ever sees us, hey, I respect you.
Hey man, shout out Mike Prince. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him on the phone. His son.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Shout out Mike. Sent him the album and shit.
Respect him too.
That's a fact. You gotta respect those boys.
Let me ask you 2 questions. So, first question is, I don't want to ask you your favorite track. I feel like that's kind of an unfair question to ask artists about their album.
Who's
I'll
your
ask
favorite
you,
child?
You know what I mean? But which track are you most confident about? And then the second question is, so a lot of people that we've talked to about their albums that they've released, it's like, okay, well, you point out a particular track. It's like, oh yeah, this one's really, getting some traction. It's like, oh well, what's funny about it is like I was hesitant about that track. And it ended up being the most popular track on the album.
It's funny.
Which track is that on this album, and do you feel like that would be the case?
You know what? That's crazy because I feel like that happens more so than not. I would say "In My Bag" is that track because it's like, I would say "In My Bag" is that track. Because when we initially recorded it, of course, it was like that electricity between artist, producer. We there jumping, you're like, oh shit, we got some.
Right.
But we never thought that it would be what it turned out to be. You feel me? Which was
It cranked way harder than you intended.
Laurel was bumping that shit heavy.
Word, yeah.
Feel me? So I was like, damn, like what the fuck? And I didn't really, it's not my favorite track. I would say, and it's not, I'm okay with that question. You know what I'm saying?
Who
would
is
say
your favorite child?
my favorite track on the album would have to be.
I was trying to get him to say child.
Or my favorite child would have to be "Don't Drown."
I was gonna say I love the interlude.
The interlude is
I did dig that one. Yeah.
I would say because like remember what I said. This album is a combination of like a lot of years. I think that's the most recent track that I've done.
Word.
And
when about did you get it done?
Shoot.
Shit. I want to say like maybe like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, real recent then. Okay.
Really
It's
recent.
real recent.
I think it's like the last thing I recorded.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Because
when
the project was damn near done before that.
yeah, pretty much. We just added that flavor in there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I remember Cooly being like, it was y'all done. I remember Cooly being like, yo, I want to add one more track to the project. I got some new shit I'm trying to record. I was just like,
Like, man,
I was like,
this,
damn.
this
I was like,
is
you
slippery
sure?
slope.
I was like, you sure?
is
I was
slippery
like-
slope, bro.
I was like, you don't want to put it on the next job?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
type shit.
I was like, Kase, I really need to put it on this joint.
It needs
right
to be
here. Like,
here.
it needs to be. It's like the finishing pieces to it.
Right.
So I would say that's like my favorite track. I know, and I knew it would resonate with a lot of people because of like the style of it. You know what I'm saying? It's very artistic. It's very like my style. You feel me? Like
Right, yeah.
everything else is kind of like a passion of mine. You know what I mean? I'm doing this track, this aesthetic, passion. But this is my baby.
Oh, okay.
This is something that you'll hear long term. You know what I mean?
Okay. This
Yeah.
is the one people look back on.
And be like,
All right, bet.
this
Yeah,
is how he started.
I want to get into this cat. Here's some of the tracks.
Yeah, facts.
I feel that.
That's it.
Top
You know
of
what
the
I'm saying?
discography type shit.
And it's gonna get nasty, man.
It's gonna get gross out here.
It's gonna get nasty, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm already working on the next. Everybody in the camp is.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
We good.
Everybody's working on the next, so it's gonna get super scary outside. I'm gonna tell you, right now,
it's definitely about to get scary, bro.
it's gonna get scary.
I'm excited to that.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be a big year.
Tell me 2 more things, man. What is so? You're fresh off. You're like the project's out now. You're fresh off a project. What usually comes next for you? Hiatus. You get right back to work. You want to focus on doing shows, and then number 2 would be like, all right, sort of what's the none of a kind direction? How does what you're gonna do next fit into that?
That's a good question. I think it's a combination of everything. I mean, of course, you got none of a kind setting up the shows and the you know what I'm saying, the appearances and stuff like that. And you always want to get geared to that. But I'm an artist essentially at the end of the day, so I'm gonna keep working.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm in the studio. I'm still recording, and that's kind of like my process. But also, being with None of a Kind, and it's teaching me a lot of the marketing skills that I need. You know, setting me up straight, getting my kind of being your own PR person. You feel me? Kind of being like a marketing mogul of your own sorts. It's like you got to know the ins and outs, algorithms, shit like that. It's just weird. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of get into your own mode. So that's kind of like what I'm figuring out now. That's what we're trying to perfect and master on our own. And everything else is kind of like falling into place, shows, appearances, stuff like that. But essentially, I'm keeping working. I'm working.
I think it's similar for us too, because like I'm trying to figure out right now.
We're trying to book another listening party, you know.
Nice.
Yeah,
Maybe for someone who just dropped a project.
Hey, I'm all down,
sure.
bro. I'm fucking
thing, man.
down.
I'm not even going to hold
And
you.
that's the thing. We moving quick now. You know what I'm saying? We did a little something, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Every
What he
weekend
said-
booked
what he
in
said.
January, man. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir.
But,
Congrats
like, you
to
know,
y'all, dog.
Appreciate it, man. But like we got some, you know what I'm saying?
Quick clap.
Quick clap. Back to the lab, man. Back to the lab, man.
Back to work.
You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? Get back to it.
Yes, sir.
Eyes front. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, I was like trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, I'm like when you on Spotify, what constitutes a listener? Like when you say X amount of listeners a month, how many minutes do I listen to until I become a listener? How often, or how many tracks? Like even I'm trying to break it down to the very minimal algorithm, and then it's like,
Well, that's
all right.
more so. I mean, with Spotify, if you just listening to a track like a day, you get what I'm saying?
Like a track a day?
You still a listener? Like you a listener for real?
So that, but like
It's like-
Spotify counts it as that?
Yeah, Spotify. That's definitely what more so counts as
But for
Spotify
how
monthly
many
listeners
days?
for real, and more so on YouTube. Like for example, like a YouTube video, I think it counts as like 30 seconds. If you watch the first 30 seconds of the video, that's a view. Like that's a view on YouTube.
Okay.
So shit like that, I definitely you know, little algorithms and shit like that. Apple Music, niggas you had to lock into your Apple Music for artists, see where people listening, see who's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
who's
right.
listening type shit.
Where you can go
Countries,
tour and
Exactly
shit.
where
Yeah.
you go tour at, what areas you target, who's really fucking with you and shit. Same with Spotify for artists and shit. Like, you know,
Sure.
nowadays, like not too many artists really fucking with these major labels and shit. So you gotta really be about your business too. It's hard. I feel like it's harder nowadays than it is back then, because back then you could just be an artist, you could be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
And they
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna take
The
care
market
of it.
wasn't as saturated.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
now
like,
it's like
yeah.
an overload of everybody doing the same shit. So now it's
Exactly,
like the
bro.
algorithm is full.
It's fucked up,
Exactly.
bro.
I feel like it's. I mean, I don't like. It's outside perspective, of course, but it kind of seems.
We're outsiders, bro.
You know, I mean, like to the creation of it for now, but yeah, from like my perspective, it kind of seems like once you kind of fight when you start out, you kind of fight to get to the mid tier, where at that point, like, okay, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a uphill battle to that level ground.
Yeah.
Where now it's like the industry standard, and then you could just take your career from that to, you know, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? But I feel like everybody's climbing for that number one spot, like that spot in the middle. And once you reach there, the opportunities are endless for your career. It's like you could
Being middle
get
class is
sponsorships
best.
and this, you know what I mean? It's
saying?
kind of like
It's always
all
has been.
eyes on you, but not really. You know what I mean? You're not the superstar yet, but you there.
You got
Like, the
important
promising
eyes.
star.
You got consistent
Yeah.
eyes on you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, yeah,
consistency.
you just got like your little group.
Yeah,
You know
you
what
might
I'm
have
saying?
you have a core fan
your little
base.
niche.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
that's what we want. We want the core fan base. We want because essentially, if you have the core fan base, you really don't need all the extra shit.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Not
just
really,
need
bro.
your fans, and that's what you rock with. Like they keep you
ride for
fed. They're gonna ride for you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna ride for them. You're gonna make music for them.
Yeah, like
So,
you get like 10,000 fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Each giving you like over the course of a year like $100, $200
Give me $1 a month.
Yeah,
type
shit.
shit. Yeah, $1 a month type shit.
Shit, they're
Like,
buying your
yeah.
NFTs.
100 racks.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So
I think it was like right after that. that album dropped with like he was building the staircase, the Frank album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I remember like some time around that time, he was like, "Yeah, man, if you just got 50,000 people and each of them gave you $1 a month, like you could really sustain yourself as a musician and have this career." And I was like, when I saw, I was like, okay, if Frank Ocean is saying that, and this is again like streaming is right around the corner at that point. It's like we're kind of in the first year or so. I was like, if Frank's saying that, okay, things are really about to change out here. It's really about to be a different standard of like, okay, how do we do this music thing and then by a larger extension, this creative thing professionally and make a living off it. And, you know,
I like it more. You gotta be more creative with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
gotta
like
be creative with the creativity.
You don't gotta find creative ways to get to the gatekeepers and like, you know, trick them or get them into you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta figure out how to get your shit out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, because we all pretty much own like the means of production. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have mics, we got interfaces, we got programs. You know what I'm saying? It's all easy, bro.
Yep. So it's kind of like
that's all we really need.
what makes you the unique one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Coming out the
exactly,
gate,
yeah.
like, wow, why should we choose you? And I feel that. And it starts with the music first, you know what I'm saying, with us.
For real.
Yeah, like we different.
I feel like the music.
I was gonna say, oh no, go ahead, Case, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the music speaks for itself. Really.
Yeah, that's a
the
fact.
music is more so like the most important thing. Like you feel me, like and consistency though.
Yeah.
You feel me, because
Because I was gonna ask, like, how do y'all like stay unique or more like on like the cutting edge, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all how do y'all remain like creative? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's y'all process for that? You know?
I would say more so just by always kind of like staying inspired. You feel me? Like I'm always like kind of watching like movies, like shows and shit like that for like visual type of motivation and shit like that. And just like in terms of like musical motivation, just more so just kind of like life experiences for real, just living life, going through life, evolving as a human and shit, and just sharing that like through my music for real, and just like showing growth. And then just kind of like more so trying to just stay true to myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like when you start doing shit that people want to hear, that's when you become like just like everyone else. But you gotta like, you gotta just know in yourself that you're dope. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
And then like people always like make music for you more so first. You get what I'm saying? Like shit that you would want to hear, and then share it with people. And develop that to like more so what people also want to hear, and then just also being motivated by like just, you know, the competition and like the people around me and shit, and like just seeing like what people doing, and like, you know, just kind of like staying hungry for real, just staying hungry.
Yeah, we always talk about our influences. That's how we keep each other, like we sharpen each other. You know what I mean? Because it's like, so what you listening to? What you listening to? Oh, okay.
Exactly,
yeah,
right.
It's like, all right, cool. Like, don't.
Definitely stay hip.
Yeah, it's like,
Niggas
yeah,
do
don't,
stay hip.
yeah,
Niggas do
stay hip.
What are some of the bigger influences for y'all?
Shit, man. I have so many. It's like, who's bigger than who?
Can I throw a guess in there? D'Angelo.
D'Angelo? Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, not D'Angelo. I would say,
Thundercat.
okay, close.
I was gonna say because you kind of look like Thundercat.
Yeah. Like I would say, I mean, TDE has a lot to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
fortunate enough, like, to grow up with that good type of music when we started music.
Niggas like
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. Niggas be making music like now, but like just real music. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
No, I know
I want-
exactly what like
like,
the era you're kind of talking
I
about.
want to say
Yeah,
like
yeah.
more so for me, like influence wise. Of course, it's like, you know, you got the Jay-Z, you got the Jay-Z more so for like the business and the mindset and just like the bars and shit.
I got Master P for that.
and just the growth. Yeah, Master P too.
That's a P2.
Message.
I would say more so Diddy though, because I fuck with Diddy on the business tip as well. Master P, I fuck with. You got another one of those? Of course. I fuck with you. What's it called?
Yes, sir.
But
Sponsor us.
fuck with Master P. I'm gonna go ahead and do some research more so into Master P. But you know,
Right, yeah.
I fuck with Master P though. You know, niggas about it. Niggas about
He's
to buy it.
making
I'm
bread.
already
He's
hit.
making
I'm already
he's
hit.
making like actual bread and shit. He got like
hit.
cereals and shit.
Yo, this
bro.
motherfucker's been making bread since he fucking got out. You know
No,
what
I'm saying literal
Like,
bread. No, actual bread.
bread.
oh, he's making loaves.
Like loaves
making
of bread.
loaves
like,
of
nigga,
bread.
yeah,
He's
some
making bread.
grain. You hear me?
I'm not
bro?
surprised.
He's the man, bro.
I'm not surprised.
It's lunch.
Let's
To
go.
Master P.
To Master P in the attic.
Let's go.
And
Holla
Don
at me,
Cooly.
P.
And none of a kind.
Holla at me, P.
To Attic and friends.
The attic
Yes,
and
sir.
friends.
But yeah,
Holla
Shine
at
the
us,
light,
P.
man.